Welcome to Reflect with Ed Fassio. Get ready to experience one of the world's first 100% digitally generated podcasts, where we take a step back, dive deep, and strive to learn new things. Join us as we unpack thought-provoking ideas, personal reflections, and inspiring stories to help you stay in the know. Reflect is brought to you by the minds at ByteBrain and powered by emerging technologies from Google, HeyGen, OpenAI, and 11 Labs. Thanks for tuning in. Now, relax and prepare to reflect.
Welcome to Reflect, one of the world's first 100% AI-generated podcasts.
It is a brave new world, isn't it?
It certainly is. And today, we are diving deep, Mariana's Trench, deep into the exact moment we are living in right now.
February 6, 2026.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you've been paying attention to the news or just, scrolling your feed this morning, things feel different.
Mm-hmm.
Not just new iPhone different. More like, is the ground solid beneath my feet different?
Different is a very polite way of putting it.
Fair.
I might go with destabilizing.
Fair enough.
We're looking at a really seminal article today by Ed Fassio. It's called Synthetic Reality Phase 1.
And the subtitle just. It's a punch in the gut. Engineering trust in an era of doubt.
It really is.
Yeah, this piece hit me hard. Fassio starts with this hook that I think just perfectly captures the vibe of early 2026. He says, we didn't just cross the line into AI realism.
Yeah.
We Olympic long jumped over it. And his whole argument is that real isn't a fact anymore, it's a feature.
It's a toggle switch. That's the core premise. And it's frankly terrifying if you really stop to think about the psychological weight of that.
Right.
Fassio points out that for all of human history, forever, we treated real as the default setting. You see a video, you assume it happened.
You hear a voice, you assume it's a person. Innocent until proven glitchy.
Exactly. Trust was the baseline. But he argues we've entered phase 1, and the defining part of phase 1 isn't that everything is fake. That's the lazy take.
Okay, so what is it?
It's that we can no longer assume reality is the default. The default has shifted
To doubt.
to doubt, which turns all of us into detectives.
Reluctant detectives, yeah. I feel like I need a magnifying glass just to check my voicemail.
He calls it being a part-time forensic analyst, whether you want to be or not. You're constantly burning up cognitive energy, asking, is this real? Is this synthetic?
And it's exhausting. The source calls this out. It's not about panic. It's about friction. The friction of just existing in a world where your eyes and ears are, unreliable narrators.
It's a tax we're all paying every time we unlock our phones.
So that's the mission of this deep dive.
Yeah.
We aren't here to just scare you.
Well, maybe a little.
Okay, maybe a little, because the stakes are high. But the goal is to provide the non-lazy guide to surviving this. Because ignoring it, not an option.
Not anymore.
So let's unpack this. Synthetic reality phase 1. What exactly separates this from, really good CGI in movies?
Right.
We've had fake dinosaurs since Jurassic Park. Why is this the moment?
It's the shift in the burden of proof. I think this is a fascinating historical pivot. In the past, if you were a liar, the burden was on you.
You had to work for it.
You had to work hard to sell the lie. You had to forge the document, stage the photo. It took effort.
It was hard work to be a fraud.
Exactly. But now, it has completely flipped. The honest person has the burden of proof. You film a real event, you take a real picture, and now you're the one who has to prove it's not AI.
Because the tools to fake it are so good and so damn cheap, the default is skepticism. Pics or it didn't happen is now. Pics probably didn't happen.
Right. And Fassio says we're navigating this mess using two very different methods. There's vibes-based truth and provenance-based truth.
Vibes-based truth. That sounds remarkably unscientific.
It is, but it's how most of us operate. It feels real. That sounds like something he would say. It's intuition.
It's our gut.
It's our gut. But the problem is AI is getting really, really good at hacking our vibes.
So vibes is a trap. The other side is provenance.
Yeah.
That sounds more robust, like
Right.
tracing the chain of custody of a file, right?
Ideally, yes. This is where we get into the tech solutions. You've probably heard about these nutrition labels for content.
CDPA, content credentials, that kind of thing.
Exactly. The idea is that the file carries its own history, like a digital passport that says, I was made by a Sony camera at this time and I haven't been edited.
Which in theory sounds like the silver bullet. It solves the problem.
In theory, it should be the gold standard. But here's where it gets incredibly frustrating. The source details a specific investigation from October 2025.
Oh, from the Washington Post. I remember this. They put the tech to the test.
They did a field test. They took a synthetic video, embedded it with all the proper credentials, the nutrition label, clearly saying this is AI generated,
Okay.
and they uploaded it to 8 major social platforms.
So, logically, the platform should see that label and flag it. Warning, synthetic content. That's the whole point.
It was a disaster, a complete failure. Only YouTube showed any indication, and even then, the label was buried where nobody looks.
And the other 7.
They either stripped the data out entirely or just failed to display it.
So the passport got shredded at the border.
Essentially. The platforms compress video, they re-encode it, and in that process, the metadata, the proof gets washed away. It's like buying a certified organic apple, but the store peels the sticker off before you can see it.
That is a massive failure of infrastructure. We built the lock, but the damn door is missing.
The takeaway from the source is brutal. Distribution breaks the chain. We cannot rely on the tech to save us.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Which leaves us back with vibes. And that is dangerous. Because as we move on, we have to talk about the stakes. This isn't just about spotting a funny meme. This started in politics, but now it's coming for our wallets.
The evolution of harm is rapid. If we look back just a couple of years to the January 2024 New Hampshire primary.
The Biden robocall. That feels like ancient history now, but it was a watershed moment.
It was the Kitty Hawk moment for this stuff. Voters got a call from an AI clone of President Biden's voice telling them not to vote.
Save your vote for November.
Yeah.
Just pure suppression.
And it sounded just like him. It had the cadence, the pauses. It was clumsy, but it worked. The FCC proposed a $6 million fine.
A slap on the wrist, really.
But that was persuasion. The source brings us up to February 2025, exactly 1 year ago. Reuters reported a massive scam.
Right. This one involved Italy's defense minister.
They cloned Italy's defense minister. And they didn't use it to declare war. They used it to target business leaders. Set up a video conference.
No way.
Oh, yeah. The minister asked for help with a sensitive matter. And because the face and voice were right, people bought it.
The quality must have been incredible. Seamless.
Convincing enough that police eventually had to freeze nearly 1 million euros tied to that one fraud. This isn't a Nigerian prince email. It's a video call with a government official who knows your name.
That is just chilling. And it connects directly to what Sam Altman warned about, right? The source mentions his comments on banking.
Yes, Altman's warning was stark. He said we have to treat voice-print authentication as compromised. Dead.
My voice is my password.
That's now a vulnerability. We cannot treat our voice as a secret because AI can replicate it from just a few seconds of audio found online. Your voicemail greeting, that's your password out in public.
So my voice isn't mine, my video isn't proof. Which leads to this concept of the liar's dividend. I love this term, even though I hate what it implies. Break that down.
It's critical. The liar's dividend isn't just about people believing fakes. It's the escape hatch it creates for bad actors.
It wasn't me defense on steroids?
Exactly. When society accepts that deepfakes are common,
Sure.
A real person who gets caught on camera can just say, that's AI, prove it isn't.
And because of that burden of proof shift, the public doubts.
The Brennan Center warned about this. It shrinks accountability. If everything could be fake, then nothing is definitively real. It allows the guilty to hide in the confusion.
It's global gaslighting. The source also talks about identity as an attack surface. That's a heavy phrase.
Well, we spent 20 years learning to protect passwords. Now we have to protect our mannerisms, our inflection, our style. The source calls it liquid identity. Your identity can be poured into any mold an attacker chooses.
They can make you say anything.
Do anything. And it's not just about stealing money. The APA Monitor, their Jan-Feb 2026 issue, they're covering AI relationships.
Programmable intimacy.
It's happening now. Systems that can mirror you, comfort you, flatter you.
And the source makes a really provocative point here. It's not will we bond with them. The answer is obviously yes. We bond with our cars.
Of course we will. The real question is, who owns the companion you bond with? And what are their incentives?
Wow. If your digital best friend is designed to sell you products or subtly influence your views.
It's emotional hacking, using our need for connection as a backdoor.
It's insidious.
Okay.
We are deep in the doom territory here, and I can feel my blood pressure rising. But the source warns against being intellectually lazy.
Right. Fear is easy. Action is hard.
So let's pivot. Let's talk about the non-lazy superpowers. If we accept we're in phase 1, what can the listener do today, right now?
The source offers some very practical verification rituals. First one is for the workplace. Finance, HR, treat high-stakes media like a suspicious link.
Slow down. Don't click.
Exactly. If a video comes in or a voice memo, especially if it creates urgency pause, urgency is the scammer's best friend.
And the callback method. So old school, but it works.
It's the most effective tool we have. If your CEO calls with an urgent transfer request, hang up. Call them back on a verified line, their office number, establish a second channel.
It feels rude, though.
Yeah.
Hang it up on your boss.
That's the social friction we have to get over. In 2026, verification is not rude. It's security. It's professionalism. And the source explicitly says, assume voice is compromised. Stop using it as a verifier.
We need safe words for our families and our businesses.
Literally, yes. A word or phrase you never share online.
Now, aside from defense, the source talks about opportunity, the rise of the human operator. You like the sound of that?
Me too. AI agents can do a lot of work, but they can't own consequences. An AI can't be sued. It can't go to jail.
So we need humans to manage the fleets of agents,
To
set the guardrails, to own accountability.
Precisely. The human becomes the pilot. The AI is the engine. The busy work gets automated, but the judgment call, is this ethical, is this strategic, that remains human.
So human judgment becomes a premium.
It becomes a luxury good.
The source also highlights some really positive use cases. Simulation for underserved communities. This one felt really hopeful.
It is. Think about high-quality medical training, emergency response scenarios. Historically, that was incredibly expensive.
Right.
Now we can generate these environments cheaply. We can train doctors in rural areas, first responders in developing nations, using simulations once reserved for the elite. It democratizes experience. It saves lives.
And hybrid teams, using agents to reduce burnout.
If we choose to. The source is careful. We can use these tools to extract more work. Or we can use them to offload the grind so people can focus on being creative.
It's not predetermined.
Not at all. We are defining the culture of this technology right now.
So as we wrap this up, what's the big takeaway? We've gone from the death of real to the rise of the human operator. It feels like we're on a tightrope.
The summary is that we're in a transition. Phase 1. Trust can't be assumed. It has to be engineered. We have to build the structures, the rituals, the checks to function. We can't just float along on vibes anymore.
That era is over. And the source ends with a stark choice. We can use these tools to create sludge. Just more noise, more spam.
Or we can build a world where verification is normal and creativity expands.
I love the final thought he leaves us with. It's about agency.
It is. Fassio asks if we'll meet this moment like architects or like spectators. And he leaves us with this. In a synthetic reality, if you aren't verifying the truth, you're letting someone else program it for you.
That is something to sit with. If you aren't verifying it, someone else is programming it for you. You're just running their code.
The spectator era is over. You have to be in the game.
Absolutely. Well, that brings us to the end of this deep dive. It's a lot to process, but better to be informed than to be fooled.
It has been a pleasure unpacking this with you.
Thanks for listening to the Reflect Podcast, where we're telling the future. Are you in it? Visit reflectpodcast.com and share your story.
In the cyber ocean of online voices and recycled content, something different has arrived. Reflect isn't just another podcast, it's the future of storytelling, powered entirely by AI. From curating data to assembling thought-provoking ideas, we've redefined how journeys are told. Reflect is a podcast that thinks, learns, and evolves with each episode. Every tale, every insight, crafted by the most advanced AI technologies. A podcast that disrupts the industry, breaking free from traditional formats, taking you on an entirely new experience. So tune in now and reflect. We're telling the future.